It's time, once again, to join the East Tennessee Ghost Seekers for Paratalk. A wide-ranging, open discussion covering everything from UFOs to psychic phenomena, cryptozoology, to paranormal encounters. Do you have a question? Or perhaps you have an experience to share? Email us at etgsparatalk@gmail.com or call 865-264-0448. That's 865-264-0448. And now, here's your host, Stephen Brown, with fellow ETGS members Steve Wiseman, Andrea Brown, Jesse Arms, Elsie Adams, and me, Mike Howard. Sit back, relax, and open your mind. It's time for Paratalk.
Hello, and welcome to Paratalk. I'm your host, Stephen, and with me this week, as always, I have my wonderful wife, Miss Andrea Brown.
Hello.
How are you?
A little congested, a little coffee, the whole allergy thing.
Yeah, we
so
are.
So if I cough and hack and...
Well, just let me know ahead of time and I will mute microphones.
If you see me struggling, go ahead, mute it.
Okay. And back in the studio after 472 days, we have Mr. Steve Wiseman.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
He's back.
How's it going, buddy?
It's going.
Man, it's
good to be back.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah,
You've been working your butt off.
Yeah,
so.
that's what happens when you're out of town working.
Yeah. You just got back after almost 3 weeks.
Yeah, should have been 3 weeks if that bitch wouldn't have run into the side of my truck.
Yeah.
That was a sad day.
Sad day. Yeah. So just so everybody knows, Steve got we finally talked him into biting the bullet and getting him a new truck, and it lasted all of 2 weeks to the day.
Yes.
And some chick crosses 5 lanes of traffic and bumps into Steve's truck and then into a building.
It was more than a bump.
Yeah, $12,000 worth of damage bump.
Yeah.
Honestly, after hearing the extensive work that they're going to have to do, it wouldn't surprise me that they have to bump that up.
Yeah.
I mean, really.
Yeah, they said, the estimate could go up.
That's why it's an estimate.
Get into it, right.
Because that just sounds a lot more in depth.
Yeah. But I'm ready to get Black Betty back.
Oh, yeah.
Start dressing her up a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
She's so pretty.
Good looking truck. And I'm sure if you guys are friends with Steve on Facebook, you've seen pictures. So it's
briefly.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not many out there yet.
No, but the feet will be blown up with all the customizing and everything you're going to do.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Stephen has created a monster.
I have.
That he has.
I have. Yeah. So.
But I'll have a good looking truck.
That's true.
You totally will.
That's
totally
true.
will. And, while you were gone working, we managed to get in a couple more podcasts and had Mike fill in, and he done an excellent job.
Absolutely.
Because that's what he does.
What he does.
And hopefully we can get him back in here and he can join us all again.
What's that girl's name?
Oh, gosh.
What is her name?
Sweet Tea was what we called her.
Bessie? Was it Bessie?
Oh, no.
Absent?
Jennifer?
Absent.
Jessie.
Jessie.
Yeah. We're going to have to get her butt back in here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Slacker.
And we're going to have to get Elsie in the studio.
We're totally going to have to get Elsie in here. Yeah.
He's a hoot.
Yeah. Elsie's a trip.
Yeah.
He is such a trip. But this week we're discussing. Sorry, I didn't have time to. Yeah.
I'm telling you, it just creeps up, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Did you bring
slow in your old age?
Yeah. Did you bring cough drops?
I actually didn't. I got a drink. But when you get that little tickle in the back of your throat, and you're just like, oh, it's.
Yeah.
Gargle some of that mouthwash.
Yeah. Well,
Don't make
we were supposed to send that mouthwash to Stephanie Hutnick.
Yeah, that was her
'cause
reward.
That was her reward, but she never did send us any mailing info. So I guess, Andrea, you have won the mouthwash.
Awesome.
Yeah, you can gargle in some Crest Pro Health and hope that makes you stop coughing. Stop coughing.
I can't help it. It's been like this for over a week.
I know.
should probably go to the doctor.
Yeah, I've been right here.
There was about 300 of them there last night.
Yeah.
That's true.
Oh.
No, there's probably like 50. The rest of them were just guessed.
Well,
But they all knew a doctor.
That's true.
yeah.
Is there a doctor in the room? And you see all these hands fly up.
Yeah. Well, this week, we're going to touch on a subject that, some may find interesting, some may not. And that's how every podcast is. So
Everybody has their right to their wrong opinion.
that's exactly right.
Opinions are like assholes. Everybody got one.
has one.
At least we think everybody has one. There could be some medical reasons they don't. Who knows?
Colostomy bags.
There you
Well,
go.
they still have an asshole.
Non-functional.
Well, that's just because it's bypassed.
Details. Ugh.
Yeah. All right. So this week,
Enough with the brown eye.
yeah. This week we are discussing paranormal TV,
Yes.
and
Touchy
Explain.
subject.
yeah, huh?
Explain.
Explain. We're going to discuss paranormal TV and whether it's good or bad
Or the ugly.
or the ugly, or just where it's going, and is it hurting the paranormal field? Is it helping the paranormal field? Are some things hurting the paranormal field and some things not hurting the paranormal field? So, we'll just touch on all of that, and we'll give you, we're going to discuss shows, new shows, old shows, and we'll,
And maybe find out, if there's anything that anybody wants to bring back.
yeah.
Because I have heard there's a rumor going around about a show coming back
Really?
I've read that.
several times.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What?
Yeah.
Really? Seriously?
Oh, okay. Yes.
I started to say, what? I talked to. See, this is
Yeah,
just proof
and-
that when I talk, people don't listen.
Okay. No.
Oh, no. That is so
See,
true.
That show
I'm
didn't
focused, Mama.
Yeah,
I
that-
got you.
Well, see, that
I
show
read
didn't even
it.
make my list.
I read something off of Facebook earlier, and you repeated it. Like,
I was sleeping.
whose fault was that?
Yours.
No.
Kept me up so late.
Oh, whatever.
No, we'll blame her boss for that.
Okay.
Hey, we ain't blaming my boss for nothing.
Yeah,
No.
because they kept us up late.
But they gave us breakfast
They
this
did.
morning.
They did. They did buy us
Right.
breakfast this morning. So, but the show you're talking about, I haven't. It didn't even make my list. I don't even know why it didn't. So we'll just have to throw that one.
Are
in
we
there.
allowed to mention that?
I
Yeah,
would assume so.
it's
It's
ghost
common
hunters.
knowledge. Yeah,
Yeah.
ghost hunters. But I'm not sure if it's being labeled as ghost hunters again because
Yeah.
I don't know if that's like a rights thing or if they're going to rename it because, it's only.
If sci-fi.
Yeah,
and,
it depends
what was
on
it,
what-
Pilgrim.
Pilgrim, yeah.
It depends on because I don't even think anybody knows what station it's coming on.
Or if it's even going to be on a TV station.
Yeah, it
maybe
could
a
be like a
Netflix thing.
Netflix, Amazon, something like that. So, but I'm excited to see that
Yeah.
because I miss those guys.
Yeah,
Jason Hawes, Mike Gonzalez.
Steve
I'm sorry,
Yeah, that-
Mike. Sorry, I'm thinking of TWC.
Yeah.
and Dave Tango.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Wraith Chaser boys.
They did make the list.
They did.
But so there's several news shows that are coming. One that hasn't even premiered yet that I want to discuss. Then we have a couple that are newer shows. One of them just premiered this week. But there's lots of paranormal viewing on the old boob
There
tube.
is no shortage
No.
for sure. Whether it be regular TV or the interwebs, you
Yeah.
can find any, or any kind of online, platform.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's on Netflix.
What is he doing over there?
I think he's trying to see the words he's going to say.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so let's. I'll tell you what. We'll take a quick break so you can go get you some cough drops,
Okay.
and then we will come back and we'll jump right into this, and we'll tell you what shows we like, what shows we don't like, and how we want to rate these shows.
Do we have a rating system?
Oh, 1 to 10.
That's
Your
so-
basic rating.
You're
Do
so
a 5-star.
basic.
Okay, we'll do a 5-star.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stars are prettier.
Okay. Anyway.
Yes, I am.
All right, guys. We will be
Superstar.
right back.
So many people spend hundreds or even thousands of dollars on that perfect infrared camera, hoping to catch that epic paranormal shot or simply to document their nighttime escapades, only to pair it up with an IR illuminator that gives off a hot spot in the center of the frame and performs subpar for their camera's capabilities. We did the same thing. Let me save you some time and money spent on multiple IR lights with one name, Deadlight. Created from the minds of Josh Bender and Justin Brown, who are also paranormal investigators, the Deadlight is the elite light to add to your camera arsenal. We have tested the Deadlight and illuminated areas up to 300 feet away. Did I mention these lights are built like a tank? Super durable and sturdy construction. Josh builds each Deadlight to meet your needs and is in constant contact during the building process. So forget the other lights out there and go straight to the best. You can check out the complete line of Deadlights on Facebook at Deadlight LLC. Justin and Josh are constantly exploring new features to add to the Deadlights. ETGS will never use another light in the field, simply because nothing else compares. Get your Deadlight today and you too can light up the night.
You're listening to Parrot Talk with Easton Seco Seekers, a new perspective in paranormal talk radio.
All right, we're back. Okay, so paranormal TV. I'm sure everyone watches the paranormal TV shows. If you listen to this podcast, I'm sure you do.
Right.
What's the matter, Steve?
Your dog shit.
No, my dog just farted a little bit.
Yeah.
He
Yep.
does have bad gas.
Yeah, he really does.
He's
Anyway,
such a little dog.
yeah, let's get back to subject.
Okay.
All right, so the first show I want to talk about, Paranormal Caught on Camera.
I'm a fan.
Yes, new show on Travel Channel. It's cool because it's, all the videos that everybody sees on YouTube and people post on Facebook and wherever you want to post videos. You have a team of quote-unquote experts that watch these videos and they talk about them. I mean, it has Brian Cano from Haunted Collector, has Susan Slaughter, who used to be on Ghost Hunters International.
Well, she was on Ghost Hunters Academy, too.
Oh, yeah. That's where her and
Adam.
Adam. That's where they came from. And then it has Ben Kissel. He's from Last Podcast on the Left. And I'm sure everyone's checked out that podcast. They're funny. They're hilarious. Those guys are great. But, they scour the interwebs and pull these videos, and there's some awesome evidence on there. I mean, stuff that, just your normal everyday guy out shooting video or
Right.
walks out and catches stuff.
Or, there's I just drew a blank. Security cameras
Yeah.
catching things.
Yeah. Yeah, like
Which-
the school. That was crazy. I mean, they got like lockers opening, doors opening, papers flying.
like a big chair being lifted up and then dropped.
Well,
and-
yeah, like levitated
bench.
up and then set back down. I mean,
'Cause-
my favorite, though, I have to say, to date, my favorite one was Gettysburg.
Yes, that
Oh,
was
yeah.
incredible.
Yeah, so if you guys haven't seen the show, these two guys, they're in their car, they're going to Gettysburg, and I'm not sure what time of night it was.
It was dark.
It was dark, and they're sitting there at
Yeah.
at these cannons, and they have their camera going, and all of a sudden that you see something coming up behind the cannons, and then it's a straight up soldier walks in front of the
uniform
cannons,
and all.
walks in front of the cannons, and then goes in between them and just vanishes.
Yeah, you can just Google Gettysburg ghost and it'll be
Yeah.
up there.
But I mean, if you're into those videos on Facebook and YouTube of the unknown stuff, I mean, they cover the whole gamut. You know, did Google respond to me?
No, it responded to me for Gettysburg ghost.
And it
Totally
actually
pulled it up.
Nice. But
Our phone's possessed.
It wouldn't surprise me.
yeah.
Google listens.
But they have everything on there. I mean, you know, Sasquatch, sea monsters, UFOs, everything. I mean, the show's awesome.
Well, what about that one with the meteor,
Yeah.
coming through the sky in Russia, and that UFO comes through
Something comes through and hits this thing and breaks it apart.
See, I haven't seen that one. I want to see that one.
It is amazing.
It's crazy.
It
That's
is
just
amazing.
cool.
I mean, this thing they said did the damage of 9 Hiroshima bombs. And if it hadn't broken apart, Russia probably wouldn't have been here. You know, it would have probably taken it off the map.
That's insane.
Yeah. But, I mean, they should slow it down, and you see it just break apart with something hitting it from behind.
Yeah, it was nuts.
No, I give that show, I would say, from what I've seen, 4.7.
Really?
Stars. Yeah, because it's interesting. I mean, and it makes you
4.7 stars.
yes. It's possible.
I give it a straight up 4-star.
So I give it a straight 3.
Yeah.
Just because, a lot of that shit can be
well, yeah,
doctored and
But,
but
I mean,
it makes you think too. Like
Yeah.
it makes you like, is that? I mean, could that really happen? It makes you think
just
about
like
it.
that one they showed today with that creature crawling underneath the bridge. I mean, it looks CGI to me.
Yeah. But see, that's another cool thing about that show is, like, the people that they have that watch these videos, I mean, they'll tell you, if they think it's,
BS.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's why I went with 4, because, they call no shots on it. They'll say, yeah, it's bullshit.
Okay, well, I'll go 3.22756.
That's a good, nice round number there,
It
Steve.
is. That was better than my 4.7. I enjoyed it though. I mean, I really like that show. I think that I mean, like you said, it's not like everything that they show is real.
Right.
It does make you think, even if the commentators are like, I think it could be CGI, and you're like, but really, I mean, from my standpoint, it could actually be real, or I've seen something like it, or it makes you think.
Yeah, it totally does. So, yeah, if you haven't seen the show, I recommend it.
Paranormal Caught on Camera.
Yeah. All right, and new show that just started this week. Mm-hmm. Ghost Bait. Another show that's starting on Travel Channel. Mm-hmm. They're 30-minute episodes. It has 2 paranormal investigators. You have Bob McGill, and Bob's been investigating for a very long time. And then you have Tina Storer. And
I thought that was Elizabeth Saint.
no,
No. For some reason, I don't know.
nope.
No.
Okay.
And she's an empath. He's just a no holds barred paranormal investigator. Their thing that they do is really cool.
The concept is really
The
cool.
concept is really cool. I hate that it's only a 30-minute show. Each episode's only 30 minutes. I hate that. You don't get enough detail. You don't get enough of their investigation before.
I mean, it's very like because you know that these investigations are at least 2 days, and so you basically get a brief overview of the experiences that they have, with their personal investigation, and then they come back and it's like, okay, well, here's time to face your fear, you know, and
so that's what it is. They go in and they go to these locations, be it a residential or a business, a hotel or whatever, and whoever is afraid, whoever's being affected, after they do their investigation, they meet up with that person, go to the hot spot of the location, put a burlap sack over their head to open up their senses to everything else around them, not, taking vision out of it.
It's all about feeling and hearing.
Yeah. Which is an awesome concept.
Absolutely.
I think they went a little over the top
with the burlap.
With the burlap. I mean, they like it's layered and looks like something you would see on a scarecrow out in someone's garden.
But and then like we had talked earlier that I think that because they do get the focal point of the activity, they find that person, they get that person who is usually the one that actually is experiencing everything, and they're already scared, and what they're trying to do is get this individual in this location and spark the activity that's going on by creating fear. Well, you're already scared anyway, and then they're saying, here, we're putting this really ragged burlap on you. You can't see anything. We're not even going to be in the room with you. We'll be able to hear you and talk to you, but you're going to be by yourself. What is that going to do?
It's going to amplify the fear.
Yeah, that fear is going to just, skyrocket, which in turn creates that much more energy.
Right.
So I can see.
Okay, but is that also going to step into the whole pareidolia thing, where you may hear
a creak,
and then your mind's like, oh, that was someone say something.
Right. Is it going to turn into a psychological thing?
Yeah. I mean, of course it's going to turn into a psychological thing, but is it going to enhance it to the point where these people are just more freaked out than they should be over this stuff?
But I see your response, and I'll raise you one. But that is kind of not necessarily just saying that they're trying to completely freak these people out to where they're going to need some psychology or psychologists to help them, but they're trying to get that person really frightened, and when they do start getting this activity hitting off left and right, whether it be because they're watching, so any sound that may happen, they'll be able to kind of dictate where it's coming from if it was just a mind thing in the person. But they get that person so hyped up, and then they're like, all right, now that you're at your peak, fight it.
Yeah.
Face your fear and tell it to stop. You are in control of your mind. You're in control of your body. You tell that. And that last chick.
The one in the
swimming pool.
Yeah. I mean,
she stepped up.
Yeah. She definitely was like,
but she took the bag off.
She did take the bag off. And I think at that point, but we've not experienced that. You know, if you're sitting in this place that you're terrified of and you can't see anything, even though that's part of the process, you know, would I feel compelled to take it off? I probably wouldn't be at the point of putting it back on.
See, I think they need to handcuff them to the chair so they can't take it off.
But see, yeah, you'll take it up another step. Yeah.
I think that's called kidnapping.
No, it's restraint.
Yeah.
Not if you sign an authorization form.
Yeah.
A waiver.
But okay, and that's kind of another thing though. In a show like this, that they are more than likely going to have to sign some type of waiver.
Oh,
I mean,
of
that's-
course.
yeah.
Of course.
Do you not think that they tell these people ahead of time, hey, so this is how we do this?
Right.
Yeah. I mean, they know.
But okay, but then they're sitting there, you know, of course that's the TV part is, okay, so this is what we're going to put on you.
And the way he pulls it out.
Yeah, he pulls it out of his
Yeah.
satchel.
Yeah.
And
It's a man purse.
his merce. But is it, you know, I don't know, there's that line of, you know, it being good TV.
Yeah.
And
That's the scripted part of it all.
Right. But the concept to me is absolutely amazing, and I think I would try it. I would go, I mean, not the burlap.
Well,
I'll
I
take
was
it.
going to say, I've got some burlap
No.
out in the trunk of the car. Some duct tape,
Wait, what?
that's your kidnap kit.
a shovel.
You should probably not announce that on a podcast.
Are we
Just
on the
saying.
air?
Yeah, yeah.
Is this thing on?
But
Yeah.
no, I think the concept is awesome. I think it would be a really interesting thing for us to try. You know, at
agree.
any location, just to see if, or whoever is more, I guess maybe feeling in tune to the place, should see if, you know, because each
Right.
one of us have different feelings at different places. So whoever is more like, okay, I'm feeling this place, try it.
Yeah.
So my thought is the show is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the concept is awesome. The show needs work.
Well, it's new.
Yeah, but I mean, number one, they show very little on, you know, their investigation of the place, their research of the place. They show very little of that because it is only 30 minutes
Right.
long.
It's like, okay, you've got exactly 49 seconds to talk about this.
Well, no, it's all it's all in editing,
I know.
you know, and I think that if it gets renewed for a season 2, they need to go an hour.
Well, and maybe that is it being an early,
A new show.
yes, that's what I'm thinking of. Sorry. It being a new show and everything, maybe they're just trying to see what kind of draw it would have anyway. If it's got a good draw, then, I mean, who's to say that they're going to be like, you know, I think we can extend this. I think people will like that. And by us voicing our opinion on saying it needs to be at least an hour
Yeah.
to get the full feel
Yeah.
of the locations, because I'm telling you, I've heard about that the Brook, is it Brookhaven? Brookstone Lodge, where they were at.
Yeah.
And I would absolutely love to go there. That
Oh, yeah.
place is incredible. It does have an unbelievable history. And I mean,
Where's it at?
it's in California. So who knows? It might be a while.
But I mean, it definitely has potential.
Oh yeah.
The concept is awesome. Do away with the the scarecrow's burlap sack. You know, put a bandana around their eyes
Yeah,
or a
just a
sleep mask.
blindfold,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's all you need. You don't have to throw the creepy
Well,
burlap
and-
over their head.
And I'm going to throw this in there. When I saw the previews to this, I got incredibly excited about this because one of my absolute favorite shows was Fear.
Yeah,
That-
on MTV.
On MTV.
Right.
And they did very similar. And I was thinking it because maybe I just wasn't paying attention to the previews. But, you know, they put the bag over the head. They take him to these different locations in a building. Then they, get them all set, take their bag, the head coverings off.
And they challenge them.
And they challenge them to do, to
Certain
stay
tasks.
in this room and do these tasks. And I was like, yes, I'm so excited because I love that show. I absolutely loved it. And I mean, that kind of was a letdown for me because I was like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
But I think it's a good show. I think it does have potential. I do think it needs work, but
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, like, the two paranormal investigators of the show, they do a great job.
Oh, yeah.
They do a great job. They just the network needs to give them more time.
Yeah, I mean, the negativity on our responses has nothing to do with them because
No.
they were awesome.
They were amazing.
Absolutely.
And
They're-
they just deserve more time
Yeah.
to sell that show. Mm-hmm. It could turn into one of the highest rating paranormal shows on TV.
Like you say, they need more of the research and more of the
Mm-hmm.
investigation thrown in.
Yeah.
So the viewer can get an idea what the location is actually about.
Yeah.
And a lot of times with these shows, depending on the type of show it is, as a viewer, sometimes you get drawn in and you're feeling it, and that excitement and the adrenaline while you're watching it. 30 minutes is just not enough. So you get really excited, and then it's like, oh, all right, it's over.
Yeah.
On to the next.
All right.
So, yeah.
So what do you rate the show, Andrea?
As it stands, show and concept, I give it a straight 4.5. But, right now,
Right now.
I give it about a 3.5. Just because I think it's a good show.
Steve.
I'm going to go 4.
4?
Great concept, great investigators, just they need to show more.
Yeah. And see, I'm going to go totally different from you all. I'm going to go 2.5. Just, yeah, because I think it is a great concept. It can be an amazing show, but it is lacking in content and time to show that
Duration.
content. So as it stands, a 2.5, but, again, that's just my opinion.
Right.
And, I hope everyone does watch this show and it does get renewed for a
Yeah.
second season. And,
Seriously, check it
Travel.
out. It's a really good show, guys.
and
You
Travel Channel
You know?
does extend
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Okay. So,
On to the next.
on to the next. We have, following in that Haunted and The Haunted and all of those recreation shows, we have Haunted Hospitals. Mm-hmm. And this one, too, I think is on Travel Channel. Maybe.
I think it is.
Okay.
We didn't change the channel today, so
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so...
it was on Travel Channel
Yeah.
today.
Yeah, so Haunted Hospitals, it's your basic recreation haunting shows.
It is. It's, they have...
Eyewitness testimony.
Yes.
Yeah.
They bring people in, and in this case, it's medical professionals and patients, and they recount their experiences. And so what they do, and it's worldwide because we saw things from across the pond, and I like it because I do
haunting.
think I do. I like a haunting. I like those shows. I mean, you can't really screw that up,
Right.
except sometimes there's
Well,
some over dramatizations in the dramatizations.
Right.
If
AKA,
that's a thing.
AKA bad actors.
Yes.
Yeah.
But still the stories behind it, the experiences alone, hearing what people have experienced, and hospitals in general, I mean, are creepy.
And another cool thing that they do is, they bring in, paranormal experts, quote unquote, paranormal experts, and historians and everything on this show, just like they would during a paranormal investigation. They bring these people in along with the people that are affected that the story is based upon. So, I mean, they go that little extra step further than, say, a haunting or whatever.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I enjoy it.
Yeah. All right. So that one's short.
Yeah,
sweet.
short, sweet, and to the point.
Yeah, I can't vote on this one. 'Cause
You are
I haven't
sweet.
seen it.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to give it a 3.
I'm gonna give it a strong 4.2.
Okay.
Just because it's like your run of the mill paranormal,
Eyewitness
Yeah.
show.
eyewitness testimony type shows, and the stories are great. Or I say stories, but the experiences are great for me to witness. But I don't know what else they can do to make it better.
Right. All right. So there is that one. So check it out too. It's Haunted Hospitals. I'm going to skip down the list.
That's fine.
I'm going to go to one, Paranormal State. Paranormal State was on
Where's
A&E.
that crickets at?
Yeah. Yeah. But Paranormal State was on A&E Network. When it first came out, everyone loved that show.
Yeah.
Another 30-minute show.
Mm-hmm.
But the way it was edited, it was a good show.
Yeah.
Director's log.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It had some cheese factor. I'm not saying it didn't.
It was a good show.
But, and one good thing that came out of that show,
Katrina.
Katrina. Yeah. Katrina came out of that show. And, she wasn't, her career was not tainted by Brian Buell.
Correct.
Well,
He
she
said
was
taint.
And
she
Ryan
was
Buell.
able to go beyond, like
Yeah.
stay strong enough to actually
Move
pursue,
Mm-hmm.
further. And I give her mad props for that
Yeah.
because she's done fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, the show itself, they were young kids. They were in
Yeah,
college.
they were in college.
All college kids that formed a paranormal team based on their own experiences or their curiosity. Mm-hmm. What
they
killed
had
them
really-
was so much over dramatized and faked evidence. That's what killed them.
Yep.
And honestly, I'm glad it's gone just because of that.
You know what though? I think they still show it.
They do.
Oh, they of course they show reruns of it. Yeah, but I don't think it's on A&E anymore. It's on like one of the logo channels or FYI or
Something like that. I don't
some
know.
shit. I don't know. But
I watched it, but it I guess it didn't entertain me enough to keep me going on it. I wasn't like
no, I was
super
totally
fan.
hooked on it when it first came on.
I liked Scooby-Doo better.
Scooby-Doo was a great show.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Ruh-roh, Raggy.
Yeah. I'm sure they said that after they got busted. But yeah. So I'm just gonna get that one done. That's why I skipped to the bottom of the list. Talk about it, get it over with because.
Good show when it was running, but
Well, before they, all the shit went down,
Yeah.
and apparently Ryan Buell turned out to be a douchebag.
what?
Go figure.
Yeah.
There was that whole oh, he sucks. He's done bad things. Oh no, he was misunderstood, and oh no, he really did really bad things. No, there's just so much back and forth, and I was just like,
And and then
See ya, bye.
faking.
Yep. Change channel.
Yeah. But
anyway,
so, Paranormal State rating,
NA.
Steve.
3.
I'm gonna say 3 when it was first on.
Yeah.
And then when all the stuff started coming out and they still continued to film and show it, it went down to a 1.
Right. Well, after all that crap, I quit watching it, so I have a 0 for that.
Right. All right. Moving on. So, this one, I love this show. Ghost Brothers.
Ghost Brothers.
They're
Freaking
so good.
Love Ghost Brothers.
They're
Hilarious.
hilarious. Oh,
Look
jinx.
at you. Look at y'all.
Just look
But
at us.
just look at
No.
it.
Precious.
Ghost Brothers, if you all have not seen this show,
Do it.
search it. Search for Ghost Brothers and watch. Ghost Brothers, it is 3 young, healthy, scrapping black men that are paranormal investigators. And
They're really good too.
they're excellent investigators. Excellent investigators.
I think the best part is just their
reaction.
Yes, their reaction. They're hilarious.
Well, it's it's true.
Yeah, it's real.
It's true reactions, and they get excellent evidence, yeah, or data, however you want to look at it. Excellent evidence or data. Data. Tomato.
Davidence.
Evidence. Trademark.
Steve just coined a new word.
Evidence.
But yeah, I mean, these guys. I mean, they go to hot spots like plantation houses where 150 years ago
The black man was
was the slave, and they go in there and they confront whatever it is, and
Ballsy.
very ballsy. I mean, those guys are freaking great.
Yeah. I enjoy that show.
Yeah, I mean that show. I haven't seen any new episodes. I think like 3
I think they were
seasons.
canceled.
Really?
I believe so.
See, and that sucks. I'll do some research. I should have done research before on this show, but I didn't. And that's my fault.
It's okay.
But
Well, maybe this will get people to petition and bring them back if
yeah.
they were.
Yeah.
'Cause
It's
this-
worth it.
yeah, that
It's so
show
worth
is
it.
so awesome.
So much fun to watch.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know how many belly laughs I got.
Oh
out of
my
watching
gosh,
it.
yeah. And scares.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, there were some frightening moments in that show.
It's good.
Yeah, I'm going to give that show a 4.75 because I loved it.
That's good.
Loved that show.
That's funny because I was going for a 4.7.
Yeah.
That's my rating tonight.
I'm going 4.5.
There we go. All right.
Bring it back
Yeah,
if it's
I mean,
gone.
If you guys have not seen Ghost Brothers, look it up. Check it out. I don't know if it's on Amazon. I know it's not on Netflix. You can search. I'm sure you can watch old episodes on Destination America's app or on the Travel Channel app, maybe even the TLC app.
There's-
TLC.
Yeah.
Wasn't that a rock band?
That was a pop band. It was a pop band. Oh, Steve and his waterfalls.
Don't go chasing those.
What?
But yeah, check out Ghost Brothers.
Yeah.
Ghost Brothers, amazing show. All right. So, do either one of you guys want to pick the next one we talk about?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Let's talk about this new one that's getting ready to come out. Portals to Hell
Portals to Hell.
with Jack Osborne and Katrina Weidman.
Yes.
I'm excited about that.
I'm super.
Yeah, I'm
pumped
stoked. I can't
about
wait.
that show because I loved Jack Osborne in Haunted Highways.
Absolutely.
That show. Somehow I forgot to put on the list, but that show was awesome. Him and Jada, or was it Jada?
No, oh crap. She was on Destination Truth.
Oh my gosh. I can't.
Jael DePardo.
There you go. Yeah.
Nice
but-
save.
Yeah.
Future ex-wife.
Future ex-wife. Yeah. But yeah, that show was amazing. We all love Katrina. Katrina is one hell of an investigator.
Yeah.
Ballsy
yeah.
chick. And
Beast.
just this show comes out the 14th, is it?
Oh gosh, I don't
I
even
think
know.
it's April 14th is when it premieres.
13th or 14th.
Yeah. Because I know Game of Thrones is coming on about that time too, so I'm getting dates mixed up. But you don't watch Game of Thrones?
No.
Oh my
dude.
gosh.
Badass show. Anyway,
You should watch that too.
but yeah, Portals to Hell. They go into these locations where there are believed to be portals, and they do their thing. We haven't watched it yet, so we don't know
Yeah.
what their thing is. But just based on it being Jack Osborne and Katrina Weidman, I'm all in.
5 stars.
5 stars.
Yep.
Cannot wait to watch this show. And if it comes out and it bombs, then I'll come back on here and say, okay, 2.6.
My bad.
So, but
No, I think it'll be
I
great.
don't. Yeah, I don't think it has a chance to do anything but succeed.
Right. I agree.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. It's gonna be great.
yeah.
Regardless.
All right. Next, Andrea.
I want to go Ghost Asylum. And I mean,
well, that's
basically just the whole everything that Tennessee Wraith Chasers does.
Yeah, so you got Ghost Asylum, you have Haunted Towns, and you have Haunted Live. Ghost Asylum. Loved Wraith Chasers. We've met them. Awesome guys.
They are
the only thing
amazing.
that I can say negative about Ghost Asylum,
The traps.
That
I hated the traps. I'm sorry, guys. If you're, Doogie, if you're listening to this, man, I mean it with much love. But yeah,
I think it as well-meaning as building the traps was.
Mm-hmm.
I think that it almost put too much of a cheese factor.
it totally did. Yeah,
And it kind of in people's eyes that are not really fans
Mm-hmm.
or into the paranormal, they see that and it's kind of like, really? Okay.
Right.
All right, Ghostbusters.
yeah,
You know,
exactly.
I mean, it puts you into a different level, and we know, and anybody that has ever met them knows that they are far beyond that.
Oh my gosh,
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, their abilities of investigation, investigating locations, there's more to them than that.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah, and I think that's why. I mean, which they got. I don't even remember how many seasons they got out of that. It was like 4 or 5 seasons. I think they got
that's
out
pretty
of that.
good.
The show is amazing as far as their
Yeah.
investigations, the way
Their techniques.
Mm-hmm.
the way they attack everything. It's it's from the heart. Everything they do is everything in them
Oh,
put into
absolutely.
that.
And I you gotta hand it to them though that the traps that they built.
Oh my gosh! I mean,
I mean,
Brandon.
Ingenious, some of
from
them.
the mind of Brendan he's a genius.
Yes.
And it was surprising that they couldn't
Well,
catch
it
anything
was-
because
At that point in time, it was Brennan and Chasey.
yeah, and Chasey.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Couldn't understand a damn thing Chasey said, but that was one smart SOB, let me tell you.
that they were
Super
just
smart.
incredible pieces of equipment that you're just like, how did you even think of
yeah.
that? You know,
Exactly.
and regardless of whether it works,
But-
works or not, it's like, wow. That's,
I'm just going to say, my favorite one that they did, though, my favorite trap they did was the pipe that they had the propane running through with the flames that
yeah.
lit up to the music.
Yeah.
And would go off to the music, and it would, supposed to draw.
yeah.
That was awesome. I
Yeah.
mean, that was just a cool invention. Not that it was going to, catch anything, but it was a cool invention.
Right.
I mean, those guys are
But-
super smart, super nice guys.
Love them. And Haunted Towns
Haunted Towns, I freaking loved. That's
was
when
amazing.
That's when
Loved it.
That's when Mike made his appearance. Mm-hmm. And I guess Mike's been part of it the entire time, but he's just been behind the scenes.
Right.
Right.
And in Haunted Towns, he made his appearance. He was the guy still in the background watching cameras and stuff like that.
Yeah.
For Doogie and Porter and Brennan and Chris.
Right.
But we got to meet Mike
Yeah.
then. And
He's awesome.
And then, we got to meet Mike in person.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, I mean, on the
the
show, that's when we met Mike.
Yeah.
And their investigation techniques I love.
Oh yeah.
I mean, those guys, if they go into a location, they don't get nothing, they don't get nothing.
Right.
And they'll flat out say, sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. And that kind of pulls us back, goes to the next
Haunted
one, Haunted
Live.
Live.
Yes.
I loved Haunted Live.
Yeah.
My only dislike about it was the fact that it was an hour.
Right.
And we
That
we did discuss this with them, and we know that it was not their decision, obviously.
No.
But the fact that they were willing and able to do live investigations to let people see what actually goes on.
Yeah.
You can be sitting there forever and not get anything.
Yeah.
Or you can go and get all kinds of hits.
And it happens to everybody.
It does. And the fact that they allowed people, that wouldn't get the chance to do it.
They throw up their cameras, their DVR cameras are on their Facebook feed and on Travel Channel's Facebook feed, for people to watch and interact.
Yeah.
They have a guy sitting there. Mike's one of the guys that's sitting there going through stuff when people pick this stuff up. And, it's awesome.
Yeah.
So, Ghost Asylum rating.
What?
Ghost Asylum rating.
I'm gonna go with a 4.5 only because of the
traps.
Traps.
Yeah. Okay. Haunted Towns.
I'm gonna go with a solid 5 on that.
Okay. Haunted Live.
4.9 only because it's only an hour and you can't.
Okay, Steve. Ghost Asylum.
4.8.
Okay. Haunted Towns.
4.8.
Haunted Live.
4.8.
And I'm right there. I'm right there with Steve. I'm gonna say Ghost Asylum a 4.5. On Haunted Towns, I'm gonna say a strong 4.8, almost 4.9. And on Haunted Live, I'm gonna give them a 5 because those boys go in there and they bust their ass and do everything they possibly can to show us what they can in 1 hour.
That's the only catch on that was that. Oh, I mean, give them 2 hours.
That's the reason why I give them the 4.8
Yeah.
on Live because there's
You just can't get that. I mean, obviously though, you'll never get the full experience unless you do it yourself.
Right. And the only
we'll have to try that sometime.
Yeah. Just
What, ghost hunting.
yeah, we should
Yeah, we
try
should
that.
do that.
We should try that. But the only thing
Gotta
that
check our calendars.
the only thing that I would see if they could do when they do season 2 of Haunted Live, when they go off the air, switch it to their Facebook feed.
That's actually a really good idea. Like
Let
at
them
the end of that hour, don't just end it at that hour. Go ahead and
Keep investigating and just do it on Facebook Live.
do your hour on TV, then bam, Facebook Live.
Go another hour to 2 hours on Facebook.
Yeah, because there are, and I'm sure it would blow up, with the average Joes, but for people like us who do this, we want to see that. We want to see
the different techniques.
Yeah, we want to see
new equipment.
The boring, sitting there, and we want to see it all because we do this, and we want to see that we're not the only crazy ones sitting in dark.
Well, we know we're not.
I know that.
But I mean, that's how everyone in the field learns from watching other teams.
Mm-hmm.
We learn other techniques by working with other groups. Just talking with Brandon when we were with them at Hell's Bar. I learned several things just talking to Brandon. I mean, he's amazing.
Mm-hmm. He's so sweet.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
The
They're all good guys. So yeah, you guys have our highest rating so far. Other than the Portals to Hell that
we haven't
seen yet. That's based on expectations.
Love you, Wraith Nation.
Yeah. All right. So the next one, we're gonna go Paranormal Lockdown.
All right.
We're gonna go ahead and hit the 2 Nick Groff shows.
Yep.
We're gonna go Paranormal Lockdown and Ghosts of Shepherdstown. Paranormal Lockdown, I'm just gonna go ahead and say right now, my favorite. Well, it was until it got canceled.
I know that
my
was
favorite paranormal show on TV.
I agree.
Yeah.
I feel bad for Nick.
I do too.
Yeah.
He has gotten shafted so many times.
Yeah.
That poor
Well,
girl.
hopefully this Vidi Space
Yeah.
thing that he has started up, he succeeds, and I'm sure he will. But
He is truly, he's an amazing investigator.
yeah.
He is.
He's real.
Oh yeah.
He's not.
Yeah.
He's not over dramatic. He's not.
He's not Zach Baggins.
We're not there yet.
I know, but I'm saying he's not.
No,
Zach Baggins.
he's
not
not.
over dramatic. He's
No.
not putting on a show.
No, he's doing what he needs to do to show what an actual investigation is.
Not forcing people into other areas, into areas to sit by themselves when he's
We're not
out
there yet.
eating a Milky Way.
We're not there yet, guys. Come on.
Oh, I'm there.
Oh, we're all there. But
No, Nick Groff and Elizabeth.
Katrina.
Why do I keep thinking that's Elizabeth Saint?
She was
goes
on
to
Shepherdstown.
Shepherdstown.
Okay,
That's the other one we're
sorry.
going to talk about.
Got this confused. But, I mean, both of the girls, Katrina and Elizabeth, are just awesome.
Yeah.
And they work well with Nick. And I think that had made both of those shows a huge success. And that is what makes it so upsetting, is that both of these shows were just unbelievable. They were total binge watchers. If you hadn't watched, few weeks of it, you're just like, okay, well, I'm just going to sit and watch,
Right.
They're very good binge watchers. Ghost of Shepherdstown
Great show.
was just one of those that you're like, it pulls you in.
You were totally waiting for next week because it was a serial show.
Yeah.
It was,
Cocoa Puffs.
more like Count Chocula.
Ooh.
Yeah. But, it pulled you in and it made you wait for next week or Booberry. How about that?
Yeah.
But it made you want to see that next episode.
Well, it's just like Game of Thrones. You can't wait for that next episode to come out.
Yes.
How would you know? You haven't watched
I've watched the first 4 seasons.
Oh, okay. You got a few left.
Yeah.
You got like a week
But that's
left.
like the 100 with me.
Oh,
I can't wait for the next
Yes.
season of the 100.
Love
So
that
you've not
show.
gotten into that one.
Love that show. But
Mama ain't got time.
But Paranormal Lockdown, for those who haven't seen that one, Nick Groff, Katrina Weidman,
Weidman.
locked down in a location for 72 hours.
Kind of like Wiseman,
Yeah.
but with a D.
Yeah. But locked down in a location for 72 hours. The only person they come in contact with is the people at the very beginning who they discuss the location with, and then their camera guy that would come in there and film with them. And
With
then
a
he would
badass
Oh
camera.
my
Yeah,
God!
and then he would leave.
6K camera.
He would leave. And they would do whatever they needed to do during the day. And
Wonder if he needs a new gig.
I don't know. He can follow us around.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, he
that
can.
freaking 6K camera. Yeah,
it's amazing.
dude. The thing that I think about when I think of that camera was the episode where Nick and Katrina are standing in the hall and he's shooting
In
and
between them.
Yes, this thing slithers on the ground between them in the background.
Yeah.
And had he not been shooting with that 6K camera, he'd have never caught that.
No.
Never, because it would
Right.
have been way too dark back there.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have had the light to catch that, unless he was using a
dead
deadlight. Yeah. So
He needed a deadlight.
yeah, everybody needs a deadlight. That's investigating the paranormal.
Yes.
Yeah. Don't
100%.
Yeah. Stop.
Everybody needs to light up their night.
Yes. Stop
With a
posting
deadlight.
those grainy ass videos that you can't see the back. We did the same thing. We posted those grainy ass videos that you could not see other than the people you were focused on in the front. You had that spotlight on them. Not anymore. Everybody needs a deadlight. But anyway, Paranormal Lockdown, amazing show. I'm gonna get
4.9.
4.9.
That's
Yeah.
4.9.
Ghost of Shepherdstown, Nick Groff, Elizabeth Saint, Bill Hartley.
The town of Shepherdstown.
Really?
Everything that happened in that place was awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to give them props for living in that.
No, I was.
Right.
That was sarcasm. You were like in the town of Shepherdstown, and I'm like, really? Because it's the ghost of Shepherdstown. Never mind.
Yeah, no.
How'd that feel? Sorry.
So anyway, yeah. So Matt
But
Cross-
my rating would go. I loved Ghost of Shepherdstown.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Just from start to finish, the history,
Yes, the connection.
the research that was done, and just the investigations, and
And the cop. He was
Yes.
like so like he was involved, and I love that show.
Yeah, I did
it was well put together.
You see, I had to watch it after the fact because I didn't have Destination America when it was on.
Yeah.
So I binge watched it.
And it was a good binge watch
Absolutely.
because it unlike a lot of the other paranormal shows,
It followed.
it actually was
in
a
sequence.
storyline.
Right,
Yes,
absolutely.
It wasn't this here. This location, this location, this location. It actually ran together, and it was fantastic how they put it together. I'm totally a 4.9 on that.
Yeah, I'm a 4.9 totally.
I would say 4.8. Just because.
He's got to be different.
Yeah. Well, no, because honestly, I love Nick Groff. Love Elizabeth Saint. Was not a Bill Hartley fan. I mean.
Yeah, even on Paranormal Fact or Faked, I wasn't a big fan of him.
But I think I put more of my focus
Different
on.
Hartley. Different Hartley.
I thought it was
Yeah.
Bill Hartley was on that.
Yeah, a different guy. Totally. Yeah, that was an older guy. Check it.
Google search.
Yeah, check it.
So I put a lot more of the focus on, especially with that show, was the story. What was happening, the activity that was happening, and how this connected to this, and it was just.
Oh yeah.
That's what kept me going. But.
All right. So while Steve's searching this to find out if I'm wrong or not, I guess the last one.
We got two more.
Oh, we do. Kindred Spirits.
Yes.
Kindred Spirits, I like. Kindred Spirits is brain fart. Amy
Bruni.
And Adam.
Barry.
And Adam Barry.
Okay, yeah, different Bill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I didn't care much for that guy.
yeah. But the show Kindred Spirits, Adam and Amy, they team up and they do their thing in true ghost hunter style, TAPS style.
Right.
Even though they're not associated with TAPS anymore, they do their thing. You can tell they're very, very passionate investigators.
Oh yeah, they're very passionate, and they have great chemistry.
Oh, they have wonderful chemistry together. I love watching them interact with each other.
They feed off of each other.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how they work really well, is just because it's like, well, she feels, he feels, it just kind of bounces.
And I'm just not a big fan of investigating with the lights on.
That
Neither.
is my thing, because I think one of the first time, the first episode I saw, I was like, wow, why do they have their lights?
Yeah, granted, I know you can get evidence.
Oh yeah,
or
anytime.
Evidence
Yeah.
any time of the day, but
Yeah, it just kind of throws me off.
yeah.
What throws me off is even though they do investigate at night and they do investigate in the dark, but they have like a spotlight on them versus
Yeah.
night
Those
vision.
lanterns.
Yeah, the lanterns and
Yeah.
stuff versus the night vision.
And to me, that almost is more of a what am I thinking?
Deterrent.
No, it's more of a show, because they put off. I mean, the lighting, the camera, filmography of it all
is amazing.
It looks really good.
Yeah.
It's got good. The light is really good over here, and when they're standing over here, the camera's over here. It just puts off a
Right.
good vibe,
Right.
And it almost, which it kind of, I don't know, it kind of actually works because of them being kindred spirits, and it kind of puts like this little halo around them of being, very, them being bright, and,
Right.
just light people.
But me, though, I guess because we have investigated the paranormal for so long and going through our own evidence, everything's night vision. And that's just my personal preference.
Right. Yeah.
That's what the paranormal show is supposed to look like. You know,
And I think that's what they were trying to do is pull away from
that.
the
The
typical.
typical.
yeah, and I understand that, and I give them props for that.
Yeah, it's a good show, but it's just not one of my favorites.
Yeah,
No.
it's probably at the bottom of the list for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna say a solid 3.
I'll give it a 3.
2.5.
All right.
I mean, it's just one of those that I'm not gonna. If I had DVR, I wouldn't DVR it.
Yeah.
If it was like just playing on TV, I'd watch it.
Yeah.
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 I wouldn't change the channel on
Yeah.
that one.
My DVR is not set to record it. So.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
But I mean, props to them. They're doing a good job, you know. But just not my thing.
And I guess I'm just gonna keep that remark to myself.
Yeah, hush.
But
All right, up next
Last
is
but not least.
last but not
can't
least,
leave off our.
either you love them or you hate them.
There is no middle ground.
There's no
on that.
middle ground.
I don't
No
know of
middle
anybody that
ground.
says.
Well,
eh.
I think there is a middle ground because you can
can
love some of them.
Right.
Okay,
yes.
if you're looking at the show,
well, that's
Right.
what we're
the sh-
discussing.
well, I'm
is
just
the
saying
show.
that the show as a whole.
Yeah.
Well, I think we need to let them know what show we're talking about if they're
Go-
not aware.
Yeah. If you're not aware, we're talking about Ghost Adventures.
Yes.
Right now, probably the longest running paranormal show on TV.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking there were 15. seasons?
15 seasons
I
in.
think
I think
15
right now.
seasons, which is amazing. And you know,
Oh yeah.
and
I mean, they wouldn't be. They
disagree with me if you will, and I know a lot of people will. I love the show. Everybody hates Zach Baggins.
Wouldn't. Right.
I don't hate Zach Baggins.
I don't hate him. I just don't like the way he does some things.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think that he. I do think that it's more of a quote unquote show
Yeah.
now instead of the leaning more on the investigation side. It's more of a show part, but he puts on a good show, and I think
he's a drama queen.
he is very
he is.
dramatic, but you got to think that from the beginning, when it was the three of them,
He was a drama queen then too.
Yeah.
aside from Nick,
Right.
Aaron is too.
Yeah.
But Aaron's
Well-
the funny guy.
Well, Aaron's not really a drama queen. I
He's
look at Aaron as the real world guy that you throw into this. That's gonna freak his
But-
shit.
Yes, but anybody that just is not familiar with it and they see this and they see how Zach acts and then they see Aaron doing his thing, they're like, "Ugh, SMH, this
Yeah.
is just ridiculous. Because Zach is the way he is, because he plays the dramatics, and Aaron is the dramatics. I mean, or the real life.
Right.
I don't agree with how he always shoves the other guys into the tiny holes and makes them do the dirty work. But I enjoy the show.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean-
do.
I continue to watch the show because I think that it's a good show.
And my DVR is set to record them.
Right. Well, I mean, love them or hate them.
Or love to hate them.
Right. You have to give them props that they have captured some of the best
Absolutely.
evidence on paranormal TV.
Absolutely.
Over ghost hunters, over our boys that we love to pieces, the Tennessee Race Chasers, over which
Which that
number
kind of
one,
goes.
they have more time behind the camera than all those people.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they've been on TV for 15 years. Yeah.
One thing that kind of irks me about Ghost Adventures is everything's fucking demonic.
Yeah, I hate that.
Everything's fucking demonic.
Yeah, hate that.
Excuse my F word. Sorry, Mama.
But
I do think that there is a strong push on the demonic with them. But like we were watching that one episode today, the one that everything was debunked.
Oh yeah.
That was like one episode where I was like, all right, so they're not going to play this off. They're actually going to prove, to say, y'all
This is
lying.
bullshit.
Yeah, y'all are lying. This is not right. So I think that they are great investigators, but they got a show to put on.
Right. Exactly.
yeah, they've got money to make,
But-
and they have viewers, or they wouldn't be going as long as
Exactly.
they've gone. And the show, I love. There's
We
things,
make fun of it all the time, but we love it.
and I think
Absolutely.
that everyone in the field feels the same way, or they wouldn't continue to bitch about it. Because if they're bitching about it, they're probably watching it.
That's true.
Exactly, yeah.
So if you don't like the show, don't watch the show.
Yeah.
The ratings will fall, and it will go off the air. But if you're not gonna to bitch about it, and you're gonna watch it,
Well, and just a general rule of thumb, it's a TV show, regardless. Yes, they're wanting to put out real evidence or evidence,
Evidence.
but it is ultimately a TV show, and any actual investigator that is getting their panties in a wad over this TV show because it's over dramatic or they fake this or whatever, it's a TV show.
yeah.
Right.
If you want to watch something, if you want to see real life, go out and do it yourself.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No offense, but
No, totally offense. Because
I mean,
they need
it's-
to take offense to that. Because if they're going to sit and they're going to bitch and they're going to complain, but yet they don't want to get out there and do it better, you have no one to blame but yourself.
They probably can't. That's why they're bitching.
Right.
so all the haters are, they're hating because
They're successful.
they are successful.
Yeah.
And if you don't like them because they're not real investigators, it's a TV show.
Okay,
She was doing air quotes.
I was. That was the tone of voice. Real investigators.
Okay, but they are real investigators.
They are.
And,
But ultimately, right now they are doing it's a TV show.
right. But,
It's
they
entertainment.
Yes.
Yes.
It's on there for entertainment purposes only. But they collect awesome evidence.
Exactly.
Yes, they are orb dust bunny freaks.
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah.
But look at the evidence they captured in their very first documentary.
Oh my, the wood being
yeah,
thrown.
that levitating wood.
yeah. And okay, where were they? The hotel where they called Debbie's voice.
Oh, yeah.
The gold.
The Wash Show Club.
Yeah, Washoe Club.
Don't.
But they caught her voice.
Yeah.
And it was like,
And they got emotional.
oh yeah.
Everyone
That was
watching
like-
that
that
episode
was
got
like-
emotional.
Watching that was just kind of like, okay, they're real. That was real.
Right.
There was no way about other
Yeah,
way
you
about
can't
that.
fake that.
No. So I love the show. I will continue to watch the show. Their aftershocks, I think, are great.
I
don't
do too.
I don't think I think that sometimes it could be like a little drawn out.
Very much so.
Like beating a dead horse.
But I like the concept of bringing
Yes.
these people in and seeing how their lives have changed since they were at their
Yeah,
location investigating.
because how many times do you watch something and you're like, these,
I wonder what happened to that
yeah, I
person.
wonder what happened, or did they ever finish, get that resolved or whatever,
Exactly.
and that gives us that look at it, that behind the scenes,
Get to see deeper into
Yeah.
the process.
absolutely. Deadly Possessions.
Deadly Possessions, I like because it deals with haunted objects. I love haunted objects.
Would never guess.
Yeah, I know,
Me either.
right? Yeah. But, I watch it and I get jealous because Zach has all the shit that I want.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, he's got
But-
a museum,
and he has the money to buy it.
Yeah, there's that whole
you know,
factor.
If you got $50,000 to spend on Ted Bundy's glasses, you're doing pretty good for yourself.
Yeah.
I enjoy watching it because I enjoy seeing the artifacts that he's gotten in it. Because he's like another. Oh, John Zaffis.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's going to keep it up, and he may have more stuff than John Zappos.
Yeah.
Right.
He's kind of. I would say that he's kind of doing the same thing as John.
Oh,
is.
he totally
He's
is.
going
Yeah.
and there's because I'm sure that he's got
He's
articles.
keeping all this stuff contained.
Yeah. But
You
you know how John goes and what is his show?
Haunted Collector.
Yeah, Haunted Collector. He goes to an active house, and which that's not on our list, but the fact that he can kind of narrow down.
Well, that's kind of like we did.
It is, but he does it so much. It's like,
Oh, he's a.
do you have like this eye or something that you can just zero in on a certain art?
I mean-
This nickel that was cursed.
Right. But see, a lot of people were, very upset with him, for that show for going in and removing these people's artifacts, saying, well, he's just taking the stuff for the money. And,
Which I can see that.
yeah.
But I mean, these people, gave up the stuff to get it out of their
Yeah,
house.
I
So,
mean, it's the unbelievers that would be sitting there saying, "Oh, he's just taking their stuff." It's the believers that sit there. He's helping them by taking that stuff out.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
because it doesn't matter if it's a Colt 45 or a ball of yarn. If it had something attached to it, that's what he would take.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've never seen him take a ball of yarn.
well,
though.
I mean, but he's taking shit that doesn't matter.
Like-
Stuff that is worthless. To get it out of someone's house because something was attached to
Right.
it.
But I mean, back to Zach. I mean, he has
he needs to grow a set.
he is
Amen.
he's creating an actual museum.
Right.
Like a legit museum, people can go to it. I'd love to go to it.
He's had over 1 million visitors to that place already.
Oh yeah, I
It's
mean,
been
I can
open, a
believe.
year, 2 years?
2 years.
I can totally believe it because everybody's interested in
The macabre.
Yes,
Yeah.
but he buys items as well. He purchases them
Oh, yeah.
to have into. So it's not just him saying, "Oh, this
Oh,
is
I'll take that.
or this is affecting your household. I'm going to remove this from you."
Right.
Right.
I'm sure he has done that, but he's more known for purchasing
Yeah.
big ticket items.
Yeah.
Jack Kevorkian's bus.
Yeah.
Yeah. But hey, to each his own. If he wants to spend his money on that, that's his deal.
Ed
And
Gein's cauldron.
yeah. And I'm not gonna be one to turn down a free trip out there to go see it.
No.
Me either.
No. So,
Hint.
if anyone with the Ghost Adventures cruise listening, and you want to do something nice, you can let all of us guys and girls from East Tennessee Ghost Seekers come out and check out the museum.
Yeah.
We'll investigate it with you.
We would love
Oh
to.
man, wouldn't that be awesome?
Oh, that would be.
Yeah.
Could you imagine the freaking activity? Like Digis would be like,
Yeah, they'd blow up.
but anyway, rating Ghost Adventures.
Ghost Adventures, I'm gonna give it a solid 4.75.
I'm going 4.9 just because I love it.
4.8.
I
I love it. I know it's TV, but some of the dramatics that Zach does it goes right through me, and I
Yeah.
just want to
Well,
punch
and-
him in the mouth.
Right.
He is a person that you either
Love or
love
hate.
to hate or hate to love.
Right.
Yeah.
Because because he is so dramatic, you either just can't stand the sight of him, and but you have to watch.
Right. Because you want to see what happens
Yeah.
next.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
and for the love of God, it's
Hook,
a,
line, and sinker.
yeah, it's a TV show. Regardless, even they produce great evidence or davidence.
Right. Okay. So this isn't on the show notes. This just
no, he's
now.
throwing me up.
This, just now.
Uh-oh.
Out of all the shows on our list, if you were to go in there right now to watch one,
Oh gosh.
and it could be any episode, your favorite episode, what would you watch right now?
Don't do this to me.
Steve.
Hell, I don't know. Any show, any episode.
Any show, any episode.
My 600-pound life.
No, come on.
Oh, hell.
I've got mine in my head. I know exactly what it
Well,
is.
speak while I think.
Okay, mine would be Ghost Hunters, Halloween Live
See, you
at
didn't even
Waverly
have-
Hills.
You didn't even
Fake.
have Ghost
I
Hunters.
know, but I love that 7-hour episode.
Right.
You didn't even have Ghost Hunters on here.
I know, but we discussed it.
Which they're coming back.
That's why we discussed it.
I know. I was just reminding everybody because it's, I don't know, been an hour. So,
Mine, it'd probably be Ghost Adventures. Probably one of the Washoe Club episodes.
Okay.
They've just had so much activity in
Yeah.
that place. I don't know. There's just so many.
okay. It's not on here.
Okay.
Demon House.
Okay.
I actually really, I mean, there's a lot of people that hated that.
Yeah, I thought it was amazing.
I watched it last week again.
Did you?
Yeah, I've watched it, I think, 3 or 4 times.
It's-
So I love it.
It was a great representation of what closing yourself by yourself in a house with no access to the outside world can play on your mind.
Yeah. And
And
that
in
is the one
a
time.
very demonic house.
That is the one time I have to give Zach credit for being ballsy. Because he was.
Right.
He was.
I mean, and I know a lot of people crack on him because he's, wears the glasses, and
But there's reason for that, and we know now.
we know now.
So,
And-
if you don't know now, watch Zach Baggins' Demon House.
Yeah, and
It's available on everything.
for anybody that, cracks on him wearing the respirator, yeah, it's funny.
And it gets
Because
on your nerves.
it does, because you're like,
And I tell you, he don't wear it because it's comfortable. We
Sure as hell don't.
Me and Steven wear one for work, and they suck.
Yeah.
and just to throw this out there, he has asthmatic tendencies. And when you
That
are,
sounds like a metal band.
it is, no. Whenever,
That was suicidal tendencies.
I know that.
and I will speak from experience from a child with asthma related health issues, that when you are around places you don't know, then you don't want to test yourself. You don't know if they're allergic to dogs, cats. You're going into these houses, they might smoke in the house. Some people can't be around it. Some people do have strong allergies to certain dust, dirt. So
Pet dander.
yeah, so give the guy a little credit. Yeah, it's kind of annoying, but he's just doing what he has to do to continue to do what he's doing.
What he loves.
Exactly.
That's it.
So,
All right. Yeah, so,
mic drop.
all right. So,
Great freaking episode, guys.
This was
I enjoyed
fun.
it. I enjoyed it.
I-
I hope everyone else enjoyed it. And if you did enjoy it, please rate and review us on Apple Podcasts. That's pretty much the only one that really matters, just because that's what helps podcasts move up. And so if you guys listen to us on Apple Podcasts, please rate and review us. We kindly ask for a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts.
And I want to throw this out because I'm sure there's shows that we missed, because I know we kept throwing out, oh yeah.
Right.
If there's a show that we did not mention and you think we need to see it, maybe we haven't seen it, which would be unlikely. But if we didn't mention it, but you love it, or you think that we need to recheck it, let us know.
Yeah, comment in the show notes. Let us know what you thought about this episode. If there's something you want us to check out, a show that you watched that we didn't mention it. We'll let you know if we've seen it, which we probably have, and give you our thoughts on that.
And if we haven't, we'll check it out and let you
give
know.
you our thoughts. Yeah.
And if you have any disagreements on our on our ratings,
Keep them
please.
to yourself.
No, for real.
Yeah, let us know. I mean,
Yeah.
because it's interesting to hear other people's opinions.
I mean, like we said in the beginning of this show, everyone has their own opinion, and opinions are like assholes.
Everybody's got one.
So, but again, thank you for listening. I know we rambled on for an hour and 24
Are you
minutes.
serious?
Holy shit.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
man!
It's like way past my
yeah, I
bedtime.
know. But thank you for listening. We have another podcast coming up next week, and it's a collab. with another podcaster. I'm not going to mention it just yet. You know who
Don't
I'm
worry.
talking about.
He hasn't mentioned it to me.
Yes, I have.
Or me.
Yes, I have.
Okay, maybe we did this thing where, like, when I'm talking, nobody listens. He was talking, we didn't listen.
Possibly.
Okay.
Very possible, because I told you
works.
both at separate times.
Oh, see, now we wouldn't know.
Okay, I was talking to you while I was talking to the person.
Okay, I remember now.
Okay.
I don't.
Okay. Well, we aren't going to say who it is. We're just going to surprise everybody. And really?
I didn't hear
You're
nothing.
in front of a microphone.
I didn't speak.
You did. I heard you.
Well, just
edit
edit
that
that
out.
shit out.
Yeah, I'll edit it out. But
That was funny.
but yeah. So next week we have a collab, and we're not.
I won't
talking-
be here.
I know you won't be here.
I'll call on the phone.
You can't. I will be on the phone with this person.
You can't.
I can't do two at the
two-way?
same time. No.
You can't do a two-way calling?
Well, no, because I'm doing hers through Skype. So you can't do it that way. That way they get
When
to
are
use.
you going back?
Oh, wait.
You'll be here.
I'll be here. Yeah, I will be here.
here.
I will,
be
yeah, that's
here.
right, because I'm going to Ohio tomorrow, and then
Yeah,
I'll
you'll
be back
on
Friday.
Friday. We're going to do this either Friday night or
Oh my
Saturday
gosh, I'm
night.
so excited.
So,
This is going to be awesome.
okay. So anyway, look for that to come, and we will be discussing not our podcasts, but another very, very cool topic that's already been nailed down. I'll tell you about, Steve.
I'm just excited to do another podcast.
Yeah. So again, thank you all for listening. Be sure and share, rate, and review us. And if you have any topics that you want us to discuss, let us know. Or if you have a story that you want to share with us, we'll get you the number in the closer here. So everybody, thank you for listening. And until next time, I'm Steven.
I'm Andrea.
And this is Steve.
And you've been listening to Paratalk.
And that's all, folks.
You've been listening to Paratalk with the East Tennessee Ghost Seekers. If you have a question or comment about the show you've just heard, or you have an experience to share, or you need to contact us concerning an investigation, feel free to email us at etgsparatalk@gmail.com or call 865-264-0448. That's 865-264-0448. We invite you to find and like the East Tennessee Ghost Seekers on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and visit us online at easttnghostseekers.org. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time on Paratalk.